guys, it's your girl Christine here again, and I would like to welcome you back to my channel. For those who haven't subscribed to this channel yet, I would like to ask you guys to please subscribe to the channel and let's journey together in making the channel great. So first of all, I would like to say Merry Christmas to you all and a Happy New Year. Hope you all are celebrating well and you are taking care of yourselves, keeping safe from COVID and observing all COVID protocols. So today I'm here to actually wish you a Merry Christmas and to give you some little advice concerning our spending, how our spending has been during the course of the year, and just to give you an advice in the course of the coming year. So I know it's Christmas time and everybody is rushing up and down and you're trying to spend money, but there is one thing that most of us have forgotten, that there is next year and there is January and there is tomorrow. And I'm sure there are people who are spending a lot and spending on things they actually don't need. I know during Christmas time it's a time for many people to splurge, which is good, but there is always one thing I tell people, or I like saying, you need to have a plan when you are spending your money, even during the Christmas time. Let's not just go out of our plans simply because it's Christmas time and spend, and then by January we start suffering. So there are a few tips that I would like to give you guys on. Actually, they are just advices or things I've observed in the course of the year and things that I've been observing over a period of time, and especially during a festive season. And one of them is actually splurging. You realize that during a festive season like what we are going through right now, many people want to look rich. Yeah, many people want to look rich or to appear rich before other people, and to make them think that they are living a life that is over the moon. And you realize that this is not the case. There are many people who have gone into debt just because they want to celebrate Christmas, or they want to show other people that they live large. And it's not actually that they are living large, but it's because it's a show off kind of thing. But come the beginning of the year, you'll find people starting borrowing money from people, complaining about how hard life has become, but they forget that there is something they just did a month ago that is having taking a toll on their lives at the beginning of the year. So one thing I would like to urge you guys, if you are borrowing money, you make sure you borrow wisely. Make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have a plan for the money you're going to borrow today. Because you might be working in an organization, or for an organization that can give you a loan, but you have to remember that a loan has to be paid on a monthly basis. Or you have taken a bank loan during this festive season, but one thing people forget is that this loan has to be paid the following year. You find that most people take loans during the festive season and they spend the money anyhow. They don't have a plan for their money, and you find that there are those who have kids, and by January you need to take your kids to school, yet you take this loan. You find somebody takes a loan of 100,000, maybe their basic salary could be 20,000, and you spend this 100,000 within a month and you splurge on it, trying to make people feel like you are living large or your life is on a high scale, which is not the case. And then come January, you start suffering and you start looking for money, and you cannot get it since you've already blocked all the highways that you needed to borrow money come January. Yeah, so I'd like to tell you guys that it is Christmas time, yes, but you have to remember that Christmas is not a surprise. Yeah, I've always said this, Christmas is not a surprise. I'm sure nobody just woke up to like on Christmas day and say, oh, it's Christmas, and then you have to spend not knowing that it's Christmas. Christmas is something that comes every once in a year, and this is something that you can start planning early at the beginning of the year, so that by the time it's December, it's 25th of December, you have something in store that you can use to celebrate the Christmas. Yeah, with Christmas you don't have to take loans just because it's Christmas. You don't. You can plan your Christmas early enough so that by the time it's Christmas you don't have to go out of your budget in trying to take care of the Christmas. You don't have to go out of your budget or trying to borrow money in order to take care of Christmas. And this is something I would like to tell people out here. I know there are people who believe that if you live out of town, or I mean you live in town, or you live out of an environment that they are in, they assume that you are making a lot of money and by Christmas time you need to be able to send them something. Actually, I always say that there is only one person who you owe during a festive season, or all your life you owe this person once you are a grown up, once you are above 18, and these are your parents. And I think it's only your parents who should have the audacity to ask you for money or to ask you for something in case they are celebrating Christmas. Any other gift you want to gift any other person, that is it's secondary. It doesn't come as a primary role to you. So let's not have that mentality that there are people out there who have money and they should be giving you money during festive season. You owe yourself your life, and especially for those people who are youths and yeah, anybody who is still a youth and maybe at the age of 18 years and above, you need to be able to know how to manage your own money. You need to be able to know how to look for money so that by Christmas times you don't go out there asking people to send you money. And there is one thing I hate so much, when somebody tells me like, it's Christmas time and what plan do you have for us? Why should I have a plan for you? That is something you need to ask yourself. And that is something I always ask myself whenever somebody asks me, tells me it's Christmas time and what plans do I have for you? I need to have plans for myself and my parents. I don't need to have plans for other people. And you find that there are people who go to an extent of getting mad at somebody just because they didn't give them money during Christmas time, and we go on talking badly about people simply because they did not give in to what we expected of them. I believe everybody owes themselves the kind of life they're living. You owe yourself a good life, and let's not go to an extent of trying to push people to give us simply because you think somebody is a certain level ahead of you and you think that this person should be giving you the money. Yeah, so guys, we need to spend wisely. Another thing you need to note, especially if you're having kids who are going to school, you need to know that there is January and kids have to go back to school. And another thing you need to know is that school fees is not an emergency. It comes after every 3 months. I know there were some changes that came about as a result of COVID, like in the course of this year, but school fees is not an emergency. It comes after every 3 years, and this is something that you need to plan about. So don't just overspend during Christmas time and then come January you're not able to pay your school fees, or you're not able to pay school fees and you start blaming people and how hard life has become. Yeah. Another thing we need to remember, like, and this is something that goes to adults, because we are normally told you drink responsibly. During festive season you realize there are people who just drink because like the world is coming to an end, and they forget that there is January. You'll have to pay school fees. So drink responsibly during this festive season, and you remember that there is January. You'll have to do stuff in January. You have to pay rent. You have to do a lot of things. So don't just drink and forget that there is January. Another thing you need to remember is that our landlords will not want to know that it was Christmas and that you don't have money. So that's why I insist that you have to plan for everything before you spend for Christmas. Christmas is just one day, and you should not just overspend for a day at the expense of the other days to come. So just be so careful when you're spending during Christmas, and don't be a burden to others come January. Yeah, don't be a burden to others come January, and stop telling people to send you money. Let somebody do it willingly. Don't push people to send you money like they owe you that money during festive season. Anybody who is between the age of 18 to 60, that is before you retire, this person has to be on toes all the time, and you actually don't need to ask somebody for money when you're in between this age. I know even me, sometimes I get so down that I have to ask people for money, but you should not make it a habit. Yeah, as a youth especially, you need to be afraid of borrowing money, because once you let this get root into you, it just never stops, and you will always think that somebody owes you a better life, uh, somebody owes you all the time, which is not the right thing. So guys, you need to just spend wisely during this festive season. Don't overdrink, don't overspend, and if you don't have enough money to travel up country, for those who like traveling up country during Christmas, just don't do it. Don't do it because you're trying to impress people. You do you, yeah. Do the right thing that is not going to affect you come January. Another thing I would like to advise you people to be so careful about is not to buy things that you actually don't need. Yeah, you know, there are needs and there are things that you actually want, and this is something that doesn't only apply during this festive season. It's something that applies in our lives on a daily basis. You don't just buy things out of your budget that is going to cost you later on. So just be very careful when you're spending your money. Don't splurge too much, especially if you don't have enough to be able to splurge. Just do things within your budget. Yeah, buy what you need and not what you want. If what you want can wait, then let it wait. When you have enough, or when you have more money, then you'll be able to buy what you want. But for now, just make sure that you buy what you need, because I'm sure during this COVID period, a lot of people have had it so hard. It has taken a toll on so many people's pockets, and just need to be so careful. Like for me, I haven't traveled home because I didn't have enough money to travel home, and I couldn't just do it because I'm trying to impress somebody. So just be careful when you're spending your money during this festive season, and make sure you enjoy to the fullest. So guys, hope you understand what I'm trying to bring home. Hope you enjoy your Christmas well, and have a very happy new year. So for you guys, for those of you who haven't subscribed to my channel, I would like to ask you guys to please subscribe to my channel. Let us grow this channel. Let us grow this channel and make it great. And make sure you take good care of yourself, so that you don't get caught up with the ongoing COVID. Yeah, you don't get caught up with COVID. So this is all I have to say for today, and I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So bye, and remember to subscribe. Bye.